Or in the case of which our next email, a returning franchise that hasn't had an entry in what, like
since
12
the 360?
Years? I don't know how much you know of this situation. This brings up our favorite topic, Kotaku. Henry from Danville, Indiana. Hi, 572 crew. I know that you all love to hate on Kotaku. We do. As pretty much everyone does. Everybody does.
Yeah.
I'm curious if you've seen this article going around where they are trying to slander the CEO from Saber, makers of the very well-received Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, regarding his comments about making a throwback game that avoids messaging. Really seems like they are pushing the CEO to come out and say more about it, and he's just denying to comment on it. Not shocking that Kotaku is trying to fuel this fire even further. Was curious with your takes on it. So what do you know of this situation?
I read about it. It's pretty funny.
It's funny. So allegedly, I don't know if you're familiar with the YouTuber Asmongold.
Oh, I am.
But he was he's just like he's a creepy dude.
He's a shit poster.
I watched
in
it
real
behind
time.
the scenes.
Yeah.
I watched it behind the scenes thing of how that guy lives, and it brought me memories of like hoarders. Like it was terrifying. But anyways, that aside, very popular like reactionary YouTuber. So he did a reaction video to like a video on this Warhammer game, and so allegedly the CEO of Saber commented on it.
Oh, I saw that.
Said like, okay, and he commented, said like, thanks, for the comments about the game or whatever. And it basically stated like, hey, we wanted to make a game that was a throwback to like the 360 generation, where it's just a fun.
We're trying to make something fun. Not trying to play.
Yeah. But he did use the terms in there, avoids messaging, which of course will trigger outlets like Kotaku. The thing is, he's never come out and like said, hey, he's never said I did this or I did not. The only comment he made was he said something, I believe it was like on LinkedIn or something, where he said, I don't know, whoever made that comment seems like a sharp person. This was his like coy way of like, but Kotaku cannot handle that this guy will not say if he's made it or not. So they wrote a hit piece the other day, just throwing this guy in the mud basically because of course he said what he said, which I read it and I look at it as guy said he wanted to make a throwback game. It's sold very, very well. I want to play the game really bad. I think I text you every day. I text in our group chat with Eric, who used to be on the show, because I tell him every day, like, I see videos of this stupid game every day. I'm like, I want to play it so bad, but I don't want to spend $70 on it.
I like how the whole thing is like, it avoids messaging. I just want it to be fun. It's a fucking Warhammer game called Space Marine. What message is it supposed to have?
Exactly.
Who cares?
If you want, it's like Gears of War.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's based off of a board game where people paint little figures for 6 hours a day, and I think that's pretty fucking cool. Like, who cares?
I do too. I can't get into it though because it'll destroy my life.
What message is it supposed to have? Maybe the whole game should be about climate change. Is that what they want?
Right? Like,
yeah, but I mean, it sounds pretty calculated to me to stir up the people who, which for me is a little douchey because like your point's well taken there, Dan. That like no one's really expecting a lot of messaging out of this to begin with.
Space Marine game, yeah.
But it reminds me of like the comedians who talk about like how comedy's so woke now and they're gonna cancel me. Like, no, just tell your fucking jokes and no one would care. But now you've made it like before you even been canceled, you've made your new persona. I'm the guy getting canceled. And so now you've brought that attention in just to stir controversy. It feels like this. Like nobody was going to say anything about this game being woke or not either way. Like probably no one gave a shit one way or the other.
For sure.
And then he's like, oh, by the way, I'm going to do a game that like, man, I don't have politics in my game. I'm just trying to like, okay, now you've done it on purpose.
Hey, you know what though? When Kotaku hates a game, it sells. So maybe he knew what he was doing the whole time.
Yeah. He really hated Black Myth Wukong.
He's a douche, but I can't bring myself to like side with Kotaku either.
I get what he's going for. He's just doing it to poke the bear and piss people off.
Yeah.
That's on them for taking it personal and having to write a hit piece about an offhanded comment on some shit YouTuber's page. Wow.
Yeah. They totally took the bait. Let's be honest here.
Sure. They did. But yeah, no, it's just another shit Kotaku article. So I did see. I don't think I sent it to you the other day, but like somebody posted a little infographic of like Kotaku's site traffic for this year and how it's like really, really bad now. So like, I don't know.
Not surprising.
Maybe we're getting close.
When are they going to start writing the game guides they're supposed to write?
I don't know.
Never.
When do I get game guides on Warhammer Space Marine 2? Like, can I get some game guides from them on that? Like,